My point exactly. Well, if it can if it can go wrong, it will go wrong, and it did. Hi, I'm Grandpa Chuck. This is my first attempt at a 5-minute live stream, and I have no idea what I'm doing. As you could just tell, I didn't have the microphone turned on. Who knows what else I'm gonna forget. But like everything in life, in order to become good at something, you first have to be bad. And my mother used to tell me sometimes that, "Well, you can be very bad," especially nowadays. Well, I thought I would do a live stream because I really enjoy some of the channels I subscribe to. When they do a live stream, it really makes me feel like they're sitting in the room with me having a cup of coffee. And that's really what I want some of my videos to feel like, that you're just sitting in the room with me having a cup of coffee. Now, when friends are sitting at a table having coffee, there's a lot of banter that goes around that you probably don't want to see in a video. But in a live stream, I think that would be kind of what people want. And it much more is a interactive where you can connect and say something back. And that's really what I look for. A lot of times when I'm making my videos, I really wish that I had the ability to have people type in questions. I watch others do live streams and I'm so jealous of them. I have I am so envious that they can sit there and communicate with someone on what would be, let me back up here. Many of us here, I'm 70, many of us here are boomers. I don't remember what the generation after boomers are, but I know my one brother that's closest to me, I was born in '55. He was born in '57. So we're boomers. I don't know what the generation after that is, but the boomers, if you were anything like me and my brother, we watched Johnny Carson. Yeah, sometimes we were watching it from around the corner. Our parents didn't know that we snuck out of the bedroom and were sitting at the end of the couch, and we watched Johnny Carson, and back then, Johnny was in New York City, live TV. The show was broadcast live, and they didn't even have any 60-second, uh if somebody messed up and said something, it went out over the air. There was no time delay so they could hit a button, and and when the conversation kinda turned flat, the whole show turned flat. Now, Johnny Carson was an expert at keeping things flowing and having a commercial ready to, he would just pick up the product and say, "You need to buy one of these today." Well, that's kind of how I see live stream, and I loved the old live TV because when you're watching live TV, you never know what's gonna happen. Well, a prime example, after all of the I had 4 or 5 private tests that I did, and they went really nice, I thought, "Okay, let's shoot a 5-minute video." I forget to turn the microphone back on, and that's because if I don't turn it off, the battery runs out, and then I'll be talking, and halfway through, I'll lose the sound. So, but I hope to get better at this. Like I said, with everything in life, you start out really bad, and hopefully you get better. And my intent is to keep doing what I do So I would like to do more live streams. Now, the best way to do a live stream is if you actually have somebody to ask you questions. And so I'm going to be studying. I studied for a few days to see how to get this far. I'll study how to get people to actually come in and participate in your live stream. I know everybody advertises it for a few days ahead. And I know creators that I really, really respect and enjoy. And I'm really upset with myself when I miss their live stream because I enjoy it so much. And I've missed it. I know when it starts, I get busy on something and look at the clock and it's 3 hours later. And I don't know how your retirement's going, but mine, I still can't figure out how I was able to squeeze in 10 hours of work every day. I just don't know. From the time I get up to the time I go to bed, it feels like I've got something that I'm doing and other things that I wanna do, but too often, too many days are like the old story of I went to water the flowers, and when I went to get the garden hose, I noticed that my other garden equipment was all messy. So I decided to organize it and clean it. Well, 10 different projects later, it's now the sun is setting and it's the flowers didn't get watered today. That's how my life goes. So I can see by the clock I'm 2 minutes over my 5 minute video. So I'm going to say goodbye and hopefully the next video I'll actually have some people in asking questions for my next live stream. So that's it. I'm Grandpa Chuck. Thanks for watching the replay, and I'll see you in the next one, hopefully.